Tonight on News Prime, President Bola Tinubu promises to enhance security in Gulf of Guinea. On the business, House of Representatives approves 2025-2027 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy. On the first scene, police say 6 people have been arrested in London linked with the cruise tent workers' party. On the spot, 2 Super Eagles strikers on Manchester United's four-man shortlist. Hello and welcome to all of viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Deacon Michael. A reminder that we on DSTV channel 365, free to air at Nicomsat and StarTimes channel 276. Tonight brings you that President Bola Tinubu says his administration will support the initiative to promote security within the Gulf of Guinea. Represented by the National Security Advisor, Ribadu Tinubu spoke at the opening of the 8th Symposium of the Heads of Navies and the Coast Guards in the Gulf of Guinea on the maritime environment in Abuja. The President stated that the Gulf of Guinea has become the mainstream and the main transit hub and the facilitator for Africa's economic growth, noting that the region has vast oil and natural gas reserves supplying about 10% of global energy demand, with significant quantities consumed in Europe, North America, and Asia. Tinubu said regional and global collaboration is critical in unlocking the immense potential of the blue economy in the Gulf of Guinea region. And now, in a significant development for the Tijani Islamic order, Khalifa Sheikh Ibrahim has announced several landmark resolutions aimed at fostering unity and strengthening the movement globally. Part of the resolution is the discontinuation of the office of Khalifa in Nigeria. In a historic decision, the Khalifa Ibrahim stated that the office of Khalifa within the Tijani in Nigeria has been discontinued. He also said that the affairs of the Tijani movement in Nigeria will continue to be guarded and counseled by 2 highly revered scholars, the Sheikh Tahir Osman Bauchi and Sheikh Sharif Ibrahim Saleh. And following this development, the national Maulid celebrations of Sheikh Ibrahim in Nigeria will now be under the direct leadership of Sheikh Mahir. He will work closely with other sheikhs and to ensure the event continues to serve as a unifying and spiritual milestone for the Tijani movement. President Tinubu and First Lady Senator Oluremi has departed and arrived to France on a state visit at the invitation of French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife, Brigitte Macron. The president welcomed at the historic 350-year-old French military museum Les Invites and the palace by the Macrons for the series of the ceremonial events which will lead into bilateral discussions. This was contained in a post made on Wednesday, November 27, on its expert as Senior Special Assistant to the President on social media, Olusegun Dada. President Tinubu has approved the appointment of Jamiu Abiola as his Senior Special Assistant on Linguistics and Foreign Affairs. As Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume said that Jamiu serves as a Special Assistant to the President on special duties in the Office of the Vice President. President Tinubu tasked the appointee to work closely with the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs and bring his wealth of experience to bear in his new assignment. Former Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has been remanded in the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission following his arraignment for alleged money laundering allegations. Justice Mariden remanded Bello and adjourned the matter to December 10 for ruling after the lawyers in the matter argued that the bail application. The defense counsel Joseph Dauda San asked the court to grant bail to the former governor as alleged offences were available. And there was a mild drama at the National Assembly following the Senate attempt to allow members of President Tinubu's economy team into the chamber. The Senate leader, Bayomi Bamidele, had moved for suspension of the other 12 to allow for visitors into the chamber. However, immediately after the submission, the lawmaker representing Bauchi Central, Senator Abdul Nengi, stood up and read for the order listing the titles of those who were allowed into the Senate plenary according to the Senate rules. The mayor of Ohobaland and head of association of Ohoba Mayoral Family Crown Israel has commanded President Tinubu and the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Engineer Melekari, for the successful commencement of petroleum products loading at the Port Harcourt refinery. In a statement following the announcement of the refinery resuming operations at Podoro, described President Tinubu as a James breaker who have achieved what previous administrations could not. He expressed optimism that with the refinery's operation at a capacity of 65,000 barrels per day, Nigeria's energy crisis will ease and market forces might drive down fuel prices. And on to FCT, as the police command is deploying additional personnel and equipment for patrols to stop and search operations and the surveillance throughout the Federal Capital Territory. In a statement issued by the SP, Josephine Ade, Police Public Relations Officer at the FCT command, said the initiative aims to combat rising incidents of one-chance crimes and car thefts. They will bring in impounding vehicles without registration numbers with only one plate or using defective plate. Regulations regarding the covered number plate and tinted glasses will also be enforced. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has debunked his death rumors making the rounds on social media, said he is alive. The ex-president, who wondered why some people would wish him such, said he quickly informed his family members that he is healthy. Obasanjo said this during the inauguration of the Old Garage Dual Carriageway in Osun State, one of the projects being inaugurated to commemorate the second anniversary of Governor Ademola Adeleke. And now the federal government tasked stakeholders from the justice sector, law enforcement agencies and civil society organizations to support the measures geared towards putting an end to the practice of torture in Nigeria, in line with the United Nations Convention Against the Torture and Operational Protocol to the Convention Against Torture. The Solicitor General of the Federation and the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Justice, Mrs. Beatrice Jedi-Abba, represented by the Chief State Council and a member of the National Committee Against the Torture, Dr. Omojose Okoba, the call in Abuja in our remarks at the Sanitization Advocacy Session for law enforcement agencies, MDS, and relevant stakeholders. Kano State Public Complaint and Anti-Corruption Commission discovered warehouses where federal government palliative rice of 50 kg are being remarked. The rice with the inscription "Not for Sale" and the picture of President Bola Tinubu were being remarked around Kano Western bypass. Arimago, who led the raiding operation, said about 28 trucks of rice worth more than 1.4 billion naira were uncovered. The Nigeria Data Protection Commission (NDPC) and the National Insurance Commission (NICOM) have signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen the data protection and the privacy in the insurance sector. The agreement was signed in Abuja by Dr. Vincent Olotunji, the National Commissioner of the Commission, Olusegun Omosheni, and the Commissioner for Insurance and the Chief Executive Officer of NICOM, to formalize the working relationship between both entities. The Nigeria Data Protection Commission has been working with NICOM to deepen the data protection and the privacy into the sector. And on to states. Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has approved the free bus services for the people of the state through the Edo City Transport Service. The Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Fred Tual, says the initiative is part of Okpebholo's administration's drive to entrench his policy direction. The free bus service the government started will cover Benin Metropolis and the three senatorial districts of the state, the intra and the inter-city route, and is part of the governor's commitment to enhance the welfare of all Edo people. Watching News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital. When News Prime returns, Chairman of Federal Inland Revenue Service says Nigeria needs more taxpayers, not new taxes. We'll bring details of these as well as business and foreign stories coming after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and many thanks for staying with us. And now to business. The House of Representatives approved the 2025-2027 medium-term expenditure framework at a fiscal strategy paper ahead of the next week's presentation of the 2025 appropriation bill to the National Assembly by President Bola Tinubu. A multi-year plan for public expenditure that sets target for budget expenditure and fiscal policy that are designed to ensure these objectives are respected throughout the budget process. Recall that Tinubu transmitted the medium-term expenditure framework and a fiscal strategy paper to the National Assembly for consideration following the approval of the Federal Executive Council. After 7 postponements, the Port Harcourt Refinery Company has commenced fuel production, promising a daily supply of about 200 trucks as about 1 million litres of refined products were released by the plant. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited unveiled the refinery, saying the whole facility, which has a capacity of 60,000 barrels per day, had been revamped and upgraded with modern equipment. It is said the newly rehabilitated complex of the Port Harcourt Refinery is currently operating at a refining capacity of 70% of its installed capacity. Chairman of Federal Inland Revenue Service, Zaki Adedeji, has said that he's seeking to bring more people into its tax net to solve the revenue problem plaguing the country. Adedeji, who was speaking at the second annual national dialogue of the NPO report in Abuja, says the service is not looking to increase the tax payable. Adedeji, who was represented by the Director of Intergovernmental Affairs, Umaru Ahmed Idris, stated that the country is having an infrastructural deficit across all sectors, which needs intervention, but the government can't do that without the current level of revenue streams. The chairman expressed optimism that all critical government revenue generation agencies will surpass their relevance and revenue targets before the end of the year. And that to foreign scene. China and Mexico lashed out after President-elect Donald Trump threatened to begin his presidency with an immediate trade war against the top 3 United States economic partners. Trump made his threat in social media posts announcing huge import tariff against neighbors and Canada and Mexico, and also the rival China if they don't stop illegal immigration and drug smuggling into the United States. China said that no one will win a trade war, while Mexican President Calderón warned that for every tariff there will be a response in kind. Police say 6 people have been arrested in London for suspected activity linked to the proscribed Kurdistan Workers' Party as part of a significant counter-terrorism policing operation. 2 women and 4 men were detained under the Terrorism Police said, but there is not believed to be any imminent threat to the public linked to the probe. PKK is a separate movement seeking an independent Kurdish state in the southeast Turkey. It is banned under the British law and is also considered a terrorist group in Turkey, the United States, and the European Union. On sport tonight, the highly anticipated 2024 Abuja Carnival Polo Tournament is set to kick off in the grand style during the first week of December, running through to the 3rd week at the iconic venue, the Guards Polo Resort in Asokoro. Unlike previous edition, this year's Carnival Polo Fiesta will be an exclusive affair featuring only Abuja-based teams and the horses in a thrilling local derby. The competition will see these teams battling fiercely for the 4 major trophies and several subsidiary prizes, ensuring an exciting spectacle for fans. The tournament's counterpiece is a prestigious President's Cup, with all the converted prizes including the FCT Minister's Cup and the Guards Brigade Challenge Trophy. 2 Super Eagles strikers on Manchester United's former shortlist to improve their goal scoring under the new head coach Ruben Amorim. The Red Devils have scored only 13 times in 12 Premier League matches played so far. According to Sky Germany, Eintracht's Frankfurt forward Omar Mamouche and the Galatasaray's Victor Osimhen are the leading contenders for a move to the Old Trafford. And as we wrap up the news prime, let's take a look at our top stories. President Bola Tinubu says his administration will support the initiative to promote security within the Gulf of Guinea. The House of Representatives approved the 2025-2027 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper ahead of next week's presentation of the 2025 appropriation bill to the National Assembly by President Tinubu. And on the foreign scene, police says 6 people have been arrested in London for suspected activity linked to the proscribed Police 10 Rockheads Party as part of a significant counter-terrorism policing operation. And in sport, we told you two Super Eagles strikers are on Manchester United's four-man shortlist to improve their goal scoring under the new head coach. Many thanks for staying with us on News Prime. On behalf of the entire production team, we say a very big thank you. Don't forget, we are on DSTV, channel 365, Start Time, channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. You can watch and catch other stories on our social media platform at Global TV NG. I'm Edikan Michael. Many thanks for watching. See you again.